Hi, this is Samuel DeSantis for my Ruby on Rails portfolio project, and I developed a trip planner. So me and my girlfriend are planning some trips for the next year, and I thought it'd be a kind of neat project to try to, flesh out some of my ideas of, scheduling some of that stuff, and also when it comes to taking work trips or like things like that. I thought it'd be kind of a neat idea to be able to keep track of, where we're going, when we're going, the cost for the trips. So for the trip planner, we needed to build in the functionality for signing in and like signing up locally, and then we can also sign in through the authenticator of GitHub. So first, I'll go ahead and sign in through the authenticator. So I'll click sign in. Okay, sign in. So you can see Samuel-DeSantis. That's the same as my GitHub name. I'll actually, let's sign out of here just to show that, so I can sign in. Brings me to the GitHub authenticator. Okay, it's my credentials. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. It's being redirected, and I'm signed in again. So we can see here, and then I'm also signed into the GitHub page. And so now for my account, so I have taken one of 3 trips. All your trips are projected to cost $0. Okay, well that's not quite right. So let's take a look at my trips. So we have 3 trips on the book. So going to Rome, going to Madrid, and then also going to Denver. Okay, so Rome, going 06/12/2021. So we went this past year, so that's added, but we don't have a cost associated to that yet. So let's go ahead and change that. So let's say we spend $3,000 on the trip or something. Okay, so I can go ahead and update this. Updated, so you can see the cost updated here to 3,000. And let's go ahead and check. Actually, let's see Madrid too. So I don't know when we're going to take this yet, but from looking at it, the cost and food and stuff. Let's say it's going to cost. Let's say it's going to cost 2,500. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. We also need this date here. So the date. We're going to take that. Let's push that off a little bit. So let's say January 12th, 2023. We're going to update this trip. So now we can see we're going to take this a little farther down the road. We also have the cost here. And then actually, let's check my profile. Okay, cool. So we can see all your trips are projected to cost $5,500. So that way I can kind of take a look and see one, how much I've spent on trips, or if they're all future trips, I can see, how much I'm going to be spending, if I need to like hit a goal to save for, and also if someone wants to try to be a budget their trips spending a little bit more, that's a good option. So for the trip planner, we have a couple different options here. So currently the trip planner, I was thinking kind of like something, you'd see with like, I think AAA does trips or something like that. And they have trip packages or something. And you can see here that we have 8 different countries here. More countries are coming soon. I can add this pretty easily. I think there's a lot of different features you could incorporate with this too. I think it'd be, further down the line, if I want to expand this, you could bring in like the Google Maps API and maybe select something like that from the countries and locations or something. And then we also have the locations page. So basically, take a look at the countries page and we can see all these different options. So we have England is an option, which I don't have on my trip list. Let's say we want to go to London. So here we can go to the locations. We can go ahead and add a location. So I want to go to London and country name. So that is England. Okay, so create a location. London, cool. Okay, so and then we gotta click a location below to add it to your trips. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click this. So London, England. Takes us back to our trips page. Cool. Okay, well, actually, I don't want to go to London. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Actually, I want to go to I don't know, somewhere else. I can't think of another place in England right now. So let's say countries. Let's say we want to go to New York City or something instead. So let's go to locations, add a location, say New York. Oh, dang. Okay, well, we already have a New York. So I could remove this, or if I misspelled it, so if I did say New York, we go here, I could change this back. So on our locations list, we can make sure that we have correct spellings, or go in and edit the different locations and stuff like that. And then these are also the some of the already offered locations that we can request. So here I can say, well, I want to go to New York City. You click on the location, it'll add it to the list. You go to London, England, it'll add it to the list, and it's real easy to remove it as well. But this is kind of be similar to like a popular locations list, where you're able to select from one of the countries that's offered from the trip planner. And then you can see like some of the other places that people have visited, or some of the places that might be like hot, on the list or something. But so we have our locations here, options to edit, remove, to add, and then just by clicking on it, I thought that'd be a kind of neat little feature to add it directly to your trips, just out of convenience. Just like if someone finds interest in something, they could click on it, and then it takes you to your trips. You can kind of see how that builds up. You can adjust the date, cost. You can remove it directly from here too. You can view the countries available, and then the profile kind of gives you a quick little summary of some of your trip history, and if you want to try to project out your trip costs. Another way you could use this too is that you could just go back after you take the trip, and then you could input the cost, and then that way you could kind of keep track of your it's kind of like a transaction history. So it's kind of like adding all that up. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of this. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. So this is just through the regular sign up or sign in page. So we can say, okay, hello, I'm good. You have taken 3 of 6 trips. All your trips are projected to cost $9,800. Well, that's a pretty, that's quite a bit of money right there. So let's see. So that's the trips. Okay, so we went to Madrid, Denver, and we're using the time zone now to get the date for today. So that way, if the time passes, and then it'll just automatically increment this by however many trips you take. Rome, Moscow, same sort of thing. Going through here, countries. I'm gonna go ahead and log out. I'll go ahead and create a new account too. So let's say John Doe, password, create. Check your passwords. Okay. Yes, it's very secure password. So, hello John Doe. You have taken 0 trips. All your trips cost $0. So trips, we don't have any trips added yet. Countries, these are still the same countries available. And because other people have added to the locations list, this is kind of like the hot list again. So we could go ahead and add a bunch of these guys. And now John Doe doesn't look so sad with no trips in his list. So yeah, that's kind of like the basic functionality. The GitHub it's a little harder to go through like the sign up. Well, it's not harder to go through the sign up, but if I sign out through here, well, it took me away from the page, but if I go to sign up now, then it takes me to the GitHub sign up page, and you can go through and create a new account and do all that fun stuff. So, yeah, that's the trip planner. Thank you.